My name is Terrence Boylan, and this is my setup and review of the AntiGravity Gear Hammock with mosquito net. So this package comes together in a nice, super lightweight black bishop bag with Amsteel ends. That's what the ends are of the hammock. And to set this up, I'm going to show you how I set it up, right, how you get it from AntiGravity Gear, and then also if you happen to take the mosquito net off, how you would get the mosquito net back on and that kind of rigging. So here we go. Imagine this is a tree, not my basement. Take the Amsteel and you would hook it over the tree huggers or whatever you've got to the tree. You pull out on this toggle here, and then you simply pull out and hang the hammock. And you'd be sitting in here, and the mosquito netting obviously is in here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but inside the mosquito netting is what I believe a mule tape headline, ridge line, which is super strong, and it actually takes a lot of the stress off of, or nearly all of the stress off of the mosquito net. As you can see up at the top here, the ridge line is taut, and that's where the mosquito net's absorbing it. To remove the mosquito net, if you happen to have a mosquito-free day, or you just want to give yourself a little room, there's a little carabiner here, hopefully you can see, and there's a zipper also on this side. You zip it down about 20 inches, and then this I'm going to clip right onto the mule tape ridge line, and then you just slide the mosquito netting out of the way, and now you can sit in your hammock or lay in your hammock during the day when there's usually less bugs and the like. Okay, if you take your hammock apart, there's two basic parts to this. One is the hammock itself, and the second is this ridge line and mosquito net come together. If you take it apart for whatever reason, you want to dry it, you want to wash it, whatever you want to do with it, this is how you do the rigging of it back together. So on this small mule tape, there are two small loops sewn in on either end, right here and on the corresponding side. What you do is you have the hammock like this, and you just simply take this loop, thread the Amsteel piece from the hammock through this end of the mule tape, and then you would do the same on the other end of the mule tape. One thing to note is when you're threading it on the this end of the mule tape, the one with the bishop bag, you want to take the bishop bag off. So the bishop bag is the last thing that goes on your system. You've got, I don't know if you can see it here, you've got, this is the hammock, this is that little mule tape ridge line that slides right over the Amsteel cord. You got the Amsteel cord, and then you thread the Amsteel cord in the bottom part of the bishop bag, which kind of keeps it all together. And there you go. Once you do that, you would then, you've now got the ridge line and the hammock together. Then what you do is you slide, there's two ends to the mosquito netting. One is sewn up, and the other one is sewn with a zipper in it. You put the sewn up end closest to the bishop bag, and in general that would be your foot end, because that's where everything's going to come down into. So if you decided you didn't want the mosquito net, you would just collapse the mosquito net down here, stuff it in your bishop bag, close your bishop bag, and you could still be in the hammock, either sitting in it or laying down in it without a mosquito net. And then when it came time to deploy the mosquito net at night or at dusk, you just simply undo this toggle on the bishop bag, and then slide the mosquito net all the way down, using kind of that ridge line as a guide. And again, it's got this micro binder that's clipped onto the ridge line. You unclip it, and then you just clip it over the Amsteel cord, and then you would simply zip this up. And you say, well, wait a minute, how do I get in the hammock if I'm zipped up? It's because the bottom of the mosquito net is all open, and it's got a tube sewn into it, a channel sewn into it with this very small, super lightweight bungee and these micro clasps of the bungee. And what you would do is you would get in your hammock and position yourself with a pad or without a pad or whatever you want to do. And then once you do that, you just simply tie these together. They snug up underneath you, preventing mosquitoes from getting at you in the hammock. So that's it. That's my setup both ways. The way that this hammock comes from the factory, and then also the way that if you take it apart, how you would re-equip it back together. So again, my name is Terrence Boylan. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you've got some great comments and you've got this